Yo, what's up everybody? How you doing? This is your coach Renz. Hell nah, I'm not boycotting Starbucks. Now I want to thank everybody who's a patron. I want to thank everybody who subscribed to my channel. If you're over on Facebook, come on over here and subscribe because it helps the channel. Even if you're still watching on Facebook, I appreciate it. And yeah, so what's the story? The story is that two black men were sitting in Starbucks and they were waiting for a friend of theirs. Somebody at Starbucks called the police, said that they were loitering, and the police came and arrested them. Is this a jacked up situation? Yeah. Were they wrong? Yeah. I'm gonna break it all down. Am I going to boycott Starbucks because of that? No, I'm not. Because I'm gonna teach you guys some business 101. I know you thought that this was gonna be a rant about the fact that look how they treating a black man. No, it's part of it, but the biggest part is business 101. All right. So let's go ahead and break down the rant part. I go to Starbucks, especially over the last few months as I've been moving my store from one location to another. I go to Starbucks pretty much every day. Every day I go to Starbucks. Sometimes I go to Starbucks and I just ate breakfast. And I may sit there for 2, 3, 4 hours before I order anything. And I've never been harassed, never been asked a question. And I am in a predominantly white area. And I've never had anybody question me. If anything, they'll just tell me something like, hey, we know what you're gonna order whenever you're ready. Even when I first started going there and they didn't know who I was. Didn't know nothing about me. Sometimes I would go in there and I would sit for 2, 3 hours before I would ever order anything, using up that Wi-Fi before I ever order anything. Why? Because I just ate breakfast most of the time, right? So I don't want any coffee, right? So I've never had a problem, and I've visited many Starbucks in affluent areas and well, they're not really in non-affluent areas, but in middle class areas. I visited Starbucks all over the place, different states. Never ever had a problem, right? Now, these people who were, the people who called the police, even the white people was in there like, what are y'all doing? Really? And the police officer, y'all wrong. I know you have the right to arrest somebody for loitering, but let's be real. And those were white people who were said that they were loitering. You would have just asked them to leave. You would have said, why are you here? Oh, you're waiting on somebody? They're not here yet? Well, unless you order something, you have to leave. You would have done that. You would not have arrested them. So that's bull. Even though you do have the law on your side to say that you had the right to arrest them, you know you arrested them because of the color of their skin. And those black men who just walked out of there calmly, I applaud you, brothers, because all it takes is for you to make a slight little jerk movement and all of a sudden you get shot. So I applaud you for that. Now, what's the business 101 part? The reason why I'm not going to boycott Starbucks because of this incident, because of this issue, is because Starbucks is a huge company, multi-billion-dollar company, right? Which have employees all over the world, right? Tons of employees. Employees can sometimes be stupid. They can be ignorant and they can be racist. It's hard to tell. You can't always know when you're hiring somebody if they're racist or not. They have to do something in order to show it. I've had plenty of employees who've worked for me as salespeople, who've worked for me in my popcorn shop, who worked for me in my gyms when I owned them. You try to know as much about the person as you possibly can. You watch their customer service. You do as much as you can. But guess what? Any employee can do something stupid and give you a bad reputation. And a company the size of mine, of course, I should know my employees better because I spend more time with them. But do you think the president of Starbucks, I think Howard is still there, but Howard Schultz, I think he's still there, I'm not sure. But do you think he knows those employees, that he interviewed those employees? No, he doesn't know. You think he even knows the manager there? Probably not. Do you think he even knows the district manager for there? Probably not. He probably doesn't even know the dang on manager over the whole state of Georgia or VP. I don't know how they're organized. He probably doesn't even know those people. But you're gonna hold the whole company accountable for that. The whole company accountable for the ignorance of a couple of people. That's business 101. When you grow your business, after a certain point, you're not going to know the people who work for you. After a certain point, you're not ever going to know some of the people who work for you. You could pass them on the street and they could have worked for you for 25 years and you wouldn't even know it. You would never know. Why? Because as your business gets big, you just can't. So I'm not going to hold them accountable for the ignorance of a couple of people. Now, does Starbucks, are they going to have to come out and apologize? Yep. Are they going to have to settle out of court with these gentlemen for the embarrassment and harassment? Yep. They're going to lose some money. So Starbucks is about to lose probably a couple few $1 million because they had two ignorant, and I was about to say something, two ignoramuses, I'm gonna say it that way, employees. Two people who are racist, basically. Because I'm sure that because actually one white guy said that he comes in there plenty of times that he hasn't ordered anything. He's never had the cops called on him. So you got some racist employees. They're going to get fired. Now think about it. Those two will get fired, yet Starbucks will lose millions of dollars. When you start building your company, you have to recognize that that's always going to be a possibility. As my gourmet popcorn shops grow, I recognize that at some point, I will have to purchase an insurance program that will cover when I have an ignorant employee does something stupid, whether they burn a customer by serving them something too hot, whether they yell out a racial slur, whether they do something stupid. I'm going to have to deal with it. Let me tell you guys a little story. So when I first got out of the Marine Corps, one of the first jobs that I had is where I was working at CVS. I was a manager because I wanted to learn more about retail before I got into my own business. So I got a job at CVS. It's a drugstore, for those who don't know what CVS is. So I get a job at this CVS. Get hired in as a store manager. Well, assistant store manager at first, overnight assistant manager. But I was being groomed for my own store. So it's about 2 weeks of working there. I've already begun to identify which employees were probably not going to make it under my regime because I just run a tight ship. So I already knew who wasn't going to make it. I had this one particular employee, this lady, older lady. She was in her 40s. I was in my late 20s, and she was a cashier, one of my cashiers. She did her work fairly well. She did everything that she needed to do. She worked. She was on time. She did everything great. I had no problems with her. I actually thought she was one of the people that I would look at to say she has management potential one day, right? So I come in one evening. I'm upstairs. I'm doing all my little manager paperwork upstairs, and all of a sudden, I hear, "F you, be this, you get. I ain't doing this. You take your and do this and I'm thinking it's a one of the customers who's going off on one of my employees. So I go downstairs because I'm ready to protect my employee, but at the same time make sure that this situation is handled properly. So I go down there. No, it's not the customer. The customer's standing there patiently and quietly. It's my employee. She's yelling. One of her neighbors, who she has been getting into arguments and fights with, is in the store. And she decides, I'm not serving you. Not only did she decide I'm not serving you, she decides that I'm gonna curse you out, call you all kind of names. I'm gonna just go off on you. I settle her down, tell her that, I apologize to the customer. I find out that that's the situation, and I tell her, you're fired. You have to go because you can't bring outside stuff to work. So she leaves. Right? I actually had to get security to escort her out. So she leaves. She comes back the next day and just clocks in. Like nothing happened. So I go downstairs. I say, excuse me, but you're fired. I don't know what, you clocked in, but you don't work here anymore. Right? And she goes to cursing me out, calling me all kind of names and all this kind of stuff. Security escorts her out again. A month later, I got to go and sign an affidavit expressing everything that happened because CVS was being sued by the lady that she not cursed out and yelled at. The lady that she not went all off on. Now CVS is being sued. They settled out of court. I have no idea all the arrangements and that sort of thing. At first I thought it was a scam by both women. After investigations, I found out that it wasn't, that it was just the factual thing. But CVS had to pay out money because this employee had a problem with her neighbor. Both these women were black, had a problem with her neighbor, and went holy hell off on her. CVS had to pay for that. Had to pay for an ignorant employee, a stupid employee, somebody who didn't know what they were doing, who wasn't upholding the standards that I had set, that my manager had set, that the district manager had set, that goes all the way up to the president of the company. She was not upholding those standards, but CVS had to pay for it. So that's business 101. You may have to pay for ignorant employees. You will do your best not to hire someone who's stupid. You would do your best to keep that stuff out, but no company is immune to it. No company is ever immune to it. Unless the company shows a history of hiring ignorant people consistently and having policies that does create an environment of racial tension or sexism or ageism or whatever isms it is, then I'm not going to blame the company. I'm not going to boycott the company, and neither should you. This video probably will not be a popular video, and people probably not gonna like what I'm saying. That I'm just defending, like that lady cursed me out and told me I'm just defending the white man. I'm the white man's puppet. Like, no, you can't curse out customers regardless of who they are. They can be your neighbor, but so what? You can't curse them out. And I'm not going to hold Starbucks accountable as a whole company because you have one ignorant person. But to those gentlemen who were embarrassed that way, I hope you get your just due, because Starbucks will have to pay you. There's no way around that, because they are held accountable to your level. But as far as a national, worldwide level, no, I'm not holding Starbucks accountable for that. No. Go to a lot of Starbucks. There's a whole bunch of young black people who work at Starbucks, and older black people who work at Starbucks, and that's their job. I'm not going to hold a whole company accountable and try to hurt a company that's employing so many people that are in your community. You know, now if they start showing a history or something like that, or they start supporting, if they support their employees and say, yeah, they should have got those black guys out of there, that's a different story. That's a different story. But until such a thing, I'm not boycotting. I will be there Monday. I'll be there Monday getting my coffee as I do my work, as I get ready to open up my store. So y'all have a great day. This may not be, like I said, it's probably not going to be a popular video. Probably going to catch holy hell down in the comments. But y'all have a great day. And remember, you got to free yourself to be yourself and think independently. I'm going to add something to this. Think independently. Stop thinking with the masses and just, oh, something happened to a black. Let me go run with the masses. Stop. Evaluate the situation. I talked to y'all about the trivium. Get all the facts. Get the connections and understand the facts. Then use your wisdom, use rhetoric to move forward. The rhetoric of this is not to boycott Starbucks. That is not the rhetoric. Get the information first. We don't even have all the information yet. So get all the information before you start spouting out stuff. So y'all have a great day. Remember, you got to free yourself to be yourself, because why? Your greatness is non-negotiable.